First, we have a table of values. So pag sinabi pong table of values, it is a graphic organizer or chart that helps to determine two or more points that can be used in creating a graphs. Okay? So pag nag-evaluate tayo ng function, of course, meron tayong input, tama? So yung input natin, siya yung mga x values. And then, for the output naman, siya naman yung y values. Okay? Para mapuno or para makomplete natin yung table of values, kailangan natin i-evaluate yung function. And then, pag kompleto na yung table of values, at saka tayo makakapag-graph. Okay? Sige, 11B, makinig na lang muna kasi nasa Quiper naman na to. Actually, na-send ko na po ito sa inyo. Okay? So now, let's have an example if we are going to have a function that is 4x plus 1. So, ito yung function natin. And so, this is the function. And then, ito po si input. And then, yung magiging answer natin is si output. Naaalala to? Input, function, and output. Okay. So, to find what is the answer for the output, all we have to do is to substitute all the values of x from the given function. Okay? So, if I have here input na -2 and then isi-substitute ko siya sa function natin, so ganito po ang process ha, f of x is equals to 4x plus 1 and then lahat ng x palitan lang natin ng -2. So, therefore, we have f of -2 is equals to 4 times -2 plus 1. Nakakasunod? And then, simplify. So, 4 times -2, we have
-8.
Okay, so we have -8. -8 plus 1.
-7.
Okay, so we have -7. So, therefore, yung output natin is -7. Okay? So, ganun lang po. I-change lang natin lahat ng values or lahat ng x ng kung ano man ang given value of x ng input. Okay? So, if we have -2 for the input and then we have output na -7, ano kaya ang magiging output natin if we have -1 na input? Sige nga po. Anyone from the class? Okay, yes, labay ni anak.
Yes.
What is the answer or what is the output if we have -1? Sige, labay ni anak. What is your answer? O final answer, yung output na lang.
Sira po ata yung mic.
Sira yung mic, narinig kita anak, pero wala yung sagot mo. Sige, Kelsey, what is your answer if we have -1 sa input?
-3.
Okay, so we have -3. Again, if we are going to substitute, so we have the function f of x is equals to 4x plus 1. So again, to find what is the answer for the output, all we have to do is to substitute yung value ng x doon sa function. Again, lahat ng x, papalitan lang natin ng -1. Okay? So, we have f of -1 is equals to 4 times -1 plus 1. 4 times -1, what is the answer? 4 times
-4.
-1, so we have -4. -4 plus 1.
-3.
-3. So, ayun yung magiging output. So, how about if we have 0 in input? Yes, Benedict.
The answer for the output is +1.
Okay, so our output is +1. How about if we have an input of 1? Okay, how about the others? Yan, sige. Yes, Celestino.
5 po. Positive 5 po.
And positive 5. How about if we have an input of 2? Yes, San Pedro.
The answer is positive 9 po.
Okay, so positive 9. So again ha, 11. So ganito lang po ang pag-construct ng table of values. First thing to do, kailangan ma-identify nyo muna kung ano yung input, yung function, and then yung output. And then after that, isa-substitute nyo lang yung input doon sa function para makuha yung sagot sa output. Okay? So after natin makompleto yung table of values, so kailangan na natin na kailangan natin or makakapag-proceed na tayo sa pag-form ng ating graph. Okay? Or makakapag-sketch na tayo ng graph. So now, let's have another example to evaluate the function or evaluate the function. So example number 1. Evaluate the function f of x is equals to 3x minus 4 at yung letter A natin, x is equals to 2. And then the letter B natin, x equals to 4. So, try your notebook, substitute all the values, first yung A on function, and then makuha nyo yung output. And then after that, isagutan yung letter B. And then just raise your hand if you have an answer. Okay. Labay, what is your answer for letter A?
Positive 2 po.
Okay, positive 2. How about our letter B?
Positive 8 po.
Positive 8. Okay, so let's check if yung answer ni Labay na is correct. So, our input, so again, ito yung input. So, yung input, and then ito naman si function. Okay? And then, si function to, di ba? Ito yung ginagamit natin para makakuha tayo ng output. So, alam mo have to do is find the output by using substituting the input. Okay? So, again, our function f of x equals to 3x minus 4. So, first, apply na natin yung letter A. X is equals to 2. So, f of 2 is equals to 3 times 2 minus 4. And then simplify. 3 times 2,
6.
we have 6. 6 minus 4,
2.
okay, 2. So therefore, ang output natin is 2. Okay? Next, another input is yung sa letter B. X is equals to 4. So again, gamitin natin yung function f of x is equals to 3x minus 4. And then, substitute lang natin yung 4. So, f of 4 is equals to 3 times 4 minus 4. Then, simplify. 3 times 4,
12.
12 minus 4,
8.
8.
8. Okay, so therefore, if we have an input of x is equals to 4, so therefore, ang output natin is 8. So, maliwanag kung paano mag-evaluate ng function.
Yes, Papa.
Okay. So, ayan. So, ito lang yung mga solution. Same lang yan, ang pinakita ko kanina. Okay. So, how about if we have like this example? So, evaluate f of x is equals to x plus 3 if our x is less than to 1. And then x squared minus 6 if our x is equals to 1. And then square root of x plus 3 if our x is greater than 1. So, anong tawag nga ulit if we have 2 or more functions and meron siyang condition? Starts with the letter P.
Piecewise function.
Okay, very good. So, ang tawag po dito ay piecewise function. 2 or more functions considered as piecewise function. Okay? So, now, for letter A, ang x daw natin is equals kay 0. And then for letter B, ang x daw natin is equals kay 1. And then for letter C, x natin is equals to 3. Okay, so dun muna tayo kay letter A. So yung A daw natin is x is equals to 0. So now, saan po siyang condition under? Sa first condition, second, or third? Yes, Pasqua. Jen.
It is under the first condition because 0 is less than 1.
Okay, very good. So, first condition, kasi po, si 0 is less than kay 1. So, now, ang gagamitin nating function is yung x plus 3. So, our function, f of x is equals to x plus 3. And then, kung ano man yung given, ayun yung ating isa-substitute to find out what is the value or what are the value of our output. Okay? So, f of 0 is equals to 0 plus 3. So, 0 plus 3, the answer is
3 po.
3. So, therefore, ito na yung ating output sa letter A. Okay? How about for letter B? Sige nga po, who wants to answer? Yes, Jem.
For letter B, it is under the second condition, which is x squared minus 6 because it is equals to 1.
Okay, very good. Kasi po yung x natin is equals to 1 and then under siya ng function number 2 or ng condition number 2 kasi po yung value ng 1 ay equal kay 1. So therefore, we are going to use the function f of x is equals to x squared minus 6. So if we substitute yung ating value ng input sa ating function, ano ang ating magiging output? Yun nga po. Anyone from the class? Yes, Labayne.
Negative 5 po.
Okay, so we have negative 5. Okay, let's check. So 1 squared minus 6. So 1 times 1, so or 1 squared, ilang beses uulitin si 1?
Dalawa.
Dalawa. So 1 times 1, the answer is
1.
1.
1. 1 minus 6,
Negative 5.
okay, negative 5. Okay, so therefore, our output will be negative 5 if we have an input of x is equals to 1. Okay? So how about for letter C? X is equals to 3. So what condition? Yes, Diana.
Ma'am, the third condition because 3 is greater than 1.
Okay, so 3 is greater than 1. So therefore, we are going to use yung function number 3, which is yung f of x is equal to the square root of x plus 3. And then after that, we need to substitute the value or the given input. Okay, so f of 3 is equals to, palitan lang natin yung x ng 3 and then plus 3. And then, simplify lang natin yung nasa loob ng radical sign. So, 3 plus 3,
6.
we have 6. And then, copy lang natin yung radical sign. So, what is the square root of 6? Meron po ba?
Square root of 6.
Okay, square root of 6 pa rin. So, therefore, ito na yung ating final answer. Maliwanag? So, again ha, ganyan lang po ang ipag-evaluate ng function. Okay, so I hope na nakakasunod po ang lahat. So, kung may question, just raise your hand. Okay, so now, let's proceed, for example, number 3. So, ito yung mga solution. Ayan. So, if we have x is equals to 0, so ang ating output is 3. Then, if we have x is equals to 1, ang ating output is negative 5. And then, if our x is equals to 3, ang ating output will be square root of 6. Okay? So, now, try on your notebook, yung example number 3, sketch the graph of the function f of x is equals to x squared plus 2x minus 2. And then, ang given natin na input, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Try to practice on your notebook kasi po kasama to sa exam. So, kung ano yung ginagawa ngayon dito sa example number 3, ganun din po ang gagawin nyo during your exam. So, practicein na kung paano and then kung nahihirapan, just ask a question. So, dito, given na yung input, given na yung function, all you have to do is to complete the table of values in finding the output. And then just raise your hand if you want to answer. Or kompleto nyo na yung answer. Sabi dito, sketch the graph. So first, kompletuhin nyo muna yung table of values by evaluating the function. Pag nakompleto na yung table of values, pagsamahin nyo yung mga coordinates, yung x and y. And then after that, i-plot sa Cartesian plane. And then tell me if it is a function or not. Okay, just raise your hand if you want to answer.
Pareho ka sa akin. Pareho ka.
Friends, naka-open yung mic mo, anak.
Sorry po.
Sige lang.
Ma'am. Ma'am, paano po pag magkatabi yung ano, ma'am, yung positive 2 po, pati negative 2?
Saan? Wait lang.
Hindi.
Sige nga, kaya mo bang i-annotate yung screen ko? Sulatan mo yung screen ko para makita ko kung ano yung sinasabi mo. Paano kung magkatabi yung... Saan ka na ba?
Yung dito po sa negative 2 po. Yung
Negative
dito po
2
sa
pa
taas,
lang.
yung sa 2x po.
Oh, like for example, this one. Negative 2 is equals to negative 2 squared plus 2 times negative 2 minus 2.
Ay, sige
Ganito
po.
yung sa'yo?
Po.
Sige. Okay, so sabi nila Vine, it is a function. How about sa answer ng iba? Again, 11B, paki-practice po yung pag-evaluate and then yung pag-graph. Kasi po, ayan din ay laman ng inyong exam and quizzes. Sige, waiting po ako sa sagot ng iba. Sige, sabi ni Kelsey, function. Uy, gamitin nyo yung mga microphone nyo, masisira yan. Again, para po makomplete or mahanap natin yung value ng f of x or ng y, kailangan lahat ng numbers na nandito, ipapalit nyo lang dito sa function. And then, isi-simplify lang. Okay, sige. Let's check if yung answer nila Baina and ni Kelsey is correct. So, first thing to do, kailangan muna nating i-substitute yung mga values. So, kopyahin ko lang ha. Ito yung x natin. So, ang given daw is negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay? Para mapakita ko din kung paano siya hanapin. Okay. So, now, ito yung input, and then this will be our function. So, for number 1, yung negative 2, so f of x is equals to x squared plus 2x minus 2. Okay, so first gamitin muna natin si f of negative 2. Then, substitute lang natin sa value ng x. So, we have negative 2 squared plus 2 times negative 2 minus 2. Nakakasunod, 11B. Yung mga naka-off ng camera, nakakasunod pa ba?
Yes po.
Okay. And then after that, simplify lang natin. So, negative 2 squared. O, negative 2 squared. Ibig sabihin, ilang beses nating uulitin si negative 2?
Dalawa po.
Dalawa. So, negative 2, negative 2. So, 2 times 2,
Positive.
4. Negative times negative.
Positive.
Negative times negative.
Positive.
Positive.
Okay, so therefore, isusulat lang natin siya as positive 4 o 4 na lang. Okay? So, 4 siya dito. And then, 2 times negative 2. Positive 2 times negative 2.
Negative 4.
Okay, we have negative 4 and then copy lang natin si minus 2. Okay? And then next, 4 minus 4,
0.
0. So, yung 0 na yan, wala na. So, bring down lang natin si negative 2. Okay? So, therefore, ang sagot natin or yung output natin sa output natin, if we have an input of negative 2, the answer is negative 2. Okay? Next, proceed naman tayo kay negative 1. So, f of negative 1 is equals to negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 minus 2. Okay? So, negative 1 squared, what will be the answer? Negative 1
Positive.
squared, positive 1. Very good. And then, positive 2 times negative 1.
Negative.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. And then, copy lang si minus 2. Okay? And then, 1 minus 2.
1. Ay, negative 1.
Negative 1 minus 2.
Positive 1.
Are you sure? Ayan na, nagkalito-lito na. Again,
Negative
o, dito natin dalhin para mas malaki yung sulat. 1 minus 2 minus 2. So, unahin muna natin to. 1 minus 2. O, yung isa, bawasan nyo daw ng dalawa. Negative 1. Tama? And then, negative 1 minus 2. So, negative 1 minus 2. So, para lang din siyang 1 plus 2. May addition dito, di ba? Positive, positive. So, nagiging sagot is positive 3. So, ganun din dito sa subtraction. Kung parehas negative yan, ia-add nyo lang and then kokopyahin nyo kung ano yung sign. Okay, so kung meron tayong negative 1 minus 2, what will be the answer?
Negative 3.
Okay, negative 3. Maliwanag to ha, para lang din siyang positive. Okay, para lang din siyang addition. Pag parehas ng sign, i-add, and then kukopyahin nyo lang kung ano man yung sign na nandoon. Okay? So now, if we have negative 1 minus 2, the answer is negative 3. Okay? Ayan. We have negative 3. Next, try natin yung f of x is equals to 0 naman. So, f of 0 is equals to 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 2. Okay? So, 0 squared. What is the answer?
0.
Okay. So, any number na minumultiply kay 0, the answer is 0. So, 0 na siya, 0 na siya. So, therefore, our answer will be negative 2. Okay? Next, proceed tayo kay f of 1. So, f of 1 is equals to 1 squared plus 2 times 1 minus 2. Then, simplify. 1 squared, 1. 2 times 1,
2.
2.
2. Minus 2. Bring down lang natin si 2. And then, 1 plus 2,
3.
3.
3 minus 2,
1.
1. Okay? Next, proceed naman tayo dun sa last na input, which is yung positive 2. So, f of 2 is equals to 2 squared plus 2 times 2 minus 2. Okay? So, now, 2 squared or 2 times 2, 4. And then, 2 times 2,
4.
okay, plus 4. And then, copy lang natin yung minus 2. And then, 4 plus 4,
8.
8. 8 minus 2,
6.
6. Okay? So, therefore, kung ang input natin is negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, ang output naman natin is negative 2, negative 3, negative 2, 1, and 6. Okay? So, check natin kung tama yung sagot. Ayan. So, negative 2, 3, negative 2, 1, and 6. And then, after that, isusulat natin to sa coordinate niya. Okay? So, first coordinates, so we have negative 2 and negative 2. Next, negative 1 and negative 3. Next is 0 and negative 2. Pagtatapatin nyo lang po. Okay? And then, 1 and 1. Para hindi kayo mahirapan mag-plot. And then, 2 and 6. Okay? So, after nyo na pong mapagtapat-tapat, so, i-graph na natin siya. Okay? So, ang pag-graph, ganito po ang magiging itsura. Okay? So, first, meron daw tayong, ayan, sige, kopyahin ko lang ulit ha. Nawala yung inannotate ko. So, negative 2, negative 2, negative 1 and negative 3, 0 and negative 2, 1 and 1, and then 2 and 6. So, kung i-graph natin yan, so kailangan natin siyang i-plot sa Cartesian plane. Okay? Always remember, if we are going to draw a Cartesian plane, laging may x-axis na mayroong arrowhead sa dulo. So, ang ibig sabihin po kasi ng arrowhead is continuous. Tuloy-tuloy yung mga numbers. Okay? Never ending yung numbers dito sa Cartesian plane. So, ganun din sa y-axis. Sa y-axis naman, ito naman yung pa-vertical. Okay? Patayo. So, now, if we're going to plot, so again, galing siya sa table of values kanina, tama? And then ngayon, nilagay natin siya sa Cartesian plane or ilalagay natin siya sa Cartesian plane by using the ordered pair or yung coordinates. So first, meron tayong x and then ito yung y. Okay? So x natin is negative 2 and then negative 2 din sa y. So bababa tayo ng dalawa. So negative 2 and negative 2. Next, negative 1 and negative 3. Okay, next is 0 and 2. So, 0, hindi ka muna aalis sa x-axis and then magmo-move ka lang upward or downward depende sa sign ng y-axis or ng y values. So, since negative 2 yan, so bababa ka lang ng dalawa, 0 and negative 2. Next, 1 and 1, and then 2 and 6. So, by this graph, kailangan nating mag-draw ng vertical line test to test if the graph it is a function. So, by drawing a vertical line test, it is a function or not?
With function.
So, it is a function. Bakit siya function?
Hindi po nauulit.
Hindi nauulit? Ano pa?
Ilang beses lang po siya tumama sa vertical line po.
Okay, very good. Kasi isang beses lang tumama yung vertical line test natin sa graph. Maliwanag? Okay. So again, di ba, na-discuss na to sa inyo nung mga past lesson natin. So ngayon naman, mas pinapaintindi pa kung paano mag-evaluate and mag-graph ng functions. Okay? So now, proceed tayo sa practice number 1. Again, using your notebook, try to evaluate this function. F of x is equals to negative 4x minus 3 if our our x is equals to negative 3. And then after masagutan yung letter A, pakisagutan yung letter B, which is yung x is equals to positive 3. Okay, dalawa yung magiging sagot for letter A and then for letter B. And then just raise your hand if you have an answer. Again ha, yung mga naka-off ng camera, try nyo yan sa notebook nyo.
Is equal to.
Okay, so Benedict, what is your answer for letter A? Benedict.
Sa letter A po, letter A po, positive 9. Sa letter B po, positive 9 din po.
Positive 9. Kelsey.
Letter A po, positive 9. Tapos sa letter B is po, letter B, negative 15 po.
Negative
15.
15. How about you, Gab?
Ma'am, same with Kelsey's answer po. Positive
Wala
9
kay
and
Kelsey.
negative 15.
Okay, sige, let's check if yung answer nyo is correct. So again, yung first input natin is yung for letter A. X is equals to negative 3. And then our function will be f of x is equals to negative 4x minus 3. Okay? Kung copy lang natin yung function para hindi natin makakalimutan tayo nito. And then after that, substitute lang natin yung value ng A or yung values ng x. So, f of negative 3 is equals to negative 4 times negative 3 minus 3. Okay. Yeah, minus 3. Then simplify. Negative 4 times negative 3. Again, positive 12. Positive 12 minus 3. So, ito yung sagot natin sa letter A. And then for letter B naman, we need to substitute positive number, positive 3. So, f of 3 is equal to negative 4 times 3 minus 3. Okay? So, negative 4 times 3. Negative 12. Negative 12 minus 3. Okay, negative 15. So, therefore, ito yung sagot sa letter A. And then, ito naman yung sagot for letter B. Okay, so ganun lang mag-evaluate ng function, ha? Sige, so for any question po. Wala naman. Are you sure, ha? Baka mamaya pagdating exam sa akin, laging walang sagot. Yung mga quizzes, activities. Okay? Ayan. So next, practice number 2. So evaluate f of x is equals to 2x minus 4 if our x is less than 3. And then x squared minus 3 if our x is 3 equals to 3. And then square root of x minus 2 if our x is greater than 3. So first, yung x daw natin is equals to negative 1. And then yung next na value ng x natin is equals to negative 3. And then next or last value ng x natin is equals to 4. So using your notebook, try to answer A, B, and C by using piecewise function. And then after that, raise your hand kung mag-answer na. Sige, practicein ng practicein kung paano mag-evaluate ng function. Labayne, may sagot ka na agad?
Yes, ma'am.
Kalmahan niya.
Kalma lang kayo, wala kayo sa wala kayo sa quiz B. Talaga naman si Labayne, ang galing-galing naman sa math. Labayne, baka naman tinitignan mo lang yan ha. Hindi mo na sinusolve. Hindi mo na sinusulat.
Ma'am, hindi solve po.
Sinusulat mo naman. Sige, dapat may solution
Yes
ha.
po.
Sige nga. So, habang nagsasagot yung iba mong classmate anak, kaya mong mag-annotate? So, kayo naman magpakita ng solution. Kaya ba? Ayan, sige. Sige, ikaw sa letter A, anak. X is equals to negative 1. And then, syempre, habang nagsasalita ka, sulat mo din yung sinasabi mo. Para makasunod yung mga classmates mo. Kaya? Okay. Yan, binalikan niyo pa yung equal sign. Okay, so very good. So for letter A, so since our x is negative 1 and negative 1 is less than 2, 3. So therefore, yung first condition yung gagamitin natin or yung first function. So in our first function, we have f of x is equals to 2x minus 4. Tama? And then after that, we need to substitute kung ano man yung given na value ng x, which is negative 1. So f of negative 1 is equals to 2 times negative 1 minus 4. And then simplify lang natin. 2 times negative 1,
Negative 2.
okay, negative 2 minus 4,
Negative 6.
okay, negative 6. So therefore, yung answer nila Vina is correct. So how about for letter B? Sige nga, anyone from the class? So for letter B, x is equals to 3. Sige nga, Jen, pakitry anak.
Explain
Ano
ko
ba-
rin ba, ma'am, habang nag-aano?
Oo, sige, habang nagsasalita.
Kaya ko ba to? Okay. So for letter B, which is x is equals to 3, the condition that we will use is the second condition, which is x squared minus 3. So let's try. Well, bagong challenge pala to, ma'am. Ang hirap mag-annotate.
Sige lang, kaya nyo yan. Magagawa natin yan every time na may online class tayo.
Okay, so ayan, the final answer is positive 6. Therefore, f of 3 is equals to positive 6.
Okay. So now let's check kung yung sagot ni Jen is correct. So since ang given natin for letter B is x is equals to 3, tama? So now, since yung 3 natin is equals kay 3 or yung x natin is equals to 3, so therefore, we're going to use yung function na f of x is equals to x squared minus 3. Okay? And then after that, we need to substitute kung ano man yung given values, which is 3. So f of 3 is equals to 3 squared minus 3. Don't forget to write yung close and open parentheses, okay? Para hindi kayo malilito. Kasi minsan may negative dyan and then hindi nyo nalagyan ng close and open parentheses, mamamali yung answer nyo, okay? Then, simplify. 3 squared, so dalawang 3. 3 times 3, so we have 9, tama? Hindi siya 3 times 2 ha. Ibig sabihin, dalawang beses uulitin si 3, kaya 3 times 3. And then minus 3, so the answer is 6. So therefore, yung answer ni Jen is correct. Okay? So for letter C naman, so x is equals to 4. Sige nga, Kelsey, anak, pakitry. Sige, annotate mo din yung screen ko.
So, sa number 3 po, ang gagamitin po natin, ay sa letter C, gagamitin po natin ay yung, ito, f of x is equals to x, square root of x minus 2 kasi 4 is more greater than 3. So, substitute po natin. Square root of 4 minus 2 is equals to square root of 2. So, wala na po siya. Ang final answer po is square root of 2.
Okay, so thank you, Kelsey. So now let's check if yung answer ni Kelsey is correct. So again, yung x natin is equals kay 4. And then 4 is greater than 3. So therefore, ang gagamitin nating function is yung f of x is equals to square root of x minus 2. And then, substitute lang natin. So, palitan lang natin yung x ng 3. So, 3 minus, or 4 rather. Ayan. So, ang ipapalit lang natin is itong c. So, 4 minus 2. And then, 4 minus 2, the answer is 2. Then, copy lang yung radical sign. So, since wala naman ng mas ilo-lowest terms is square root of 3, square root of 2. So, therefore, ito na yung final answer. So, therefore, yung answer ni Kelsey is correct. So, maliwanag po ba ang ipag-evaluate ng function?
Yes.
Are you sure ha? Baka naman sa mga activities. Naku, puro tayo yes. Ayan. So, ito lang din naman po yung ating solution. Okay? So, now, try to answer practice number 3. Okay? So, practice number 3, sketch the graph of the function f of x is equals to 2x squared minus x plus 1. So, ito yung input, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. And then, after nyo makomplete yung table of values by evaluating the function, all you have to do is to sketch the graph and then identify if it is a function or not. And then just raise your hand if you want to answer. Okay, so may sagot na sila, Bailing. What is your answer, anak? Function or not a function?
Function po.
Function. Okay, sige. So, wait lang natin yung iba kung ano yung magiging sagot nila. How about the others? What is your answer?
Function po.
Function. Diana.
Function din po.
Function. So, ano bang dapat itawag sa'yo, anak? Yung prepare mong itawag sa'yo? Diana? Erin?
Area na lang, ma'am.
Erin. Okay, sige. Okay, so sabi ni Kelsey, sabi ni Erin, sabi ni Lavaile, it is a function. How about the others? Yung mga naka-off ng camera, pag tinawag ko ba, may maisasagot? Baka mamaya nakatulog na ha. Okay, sige. So, let's try. So, our input is -2. So, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so ito yung mga input natin na ipapalit natin doon sa mga values sa x. Okay? So, now, let's substitute yung first value natin, which is yung -2. So, our given function is f of x is equals to 2x squared minus x plus 1. Okay? And then, substitute lang natin. So, f of -2 is equals to 2 times -2 squared minus -2 plus 1. Okay? Then, simplify. So, first, unahin lang muna natin yung mayroong mga parentheses. So, copy lang si 2 and then 2 squared. What is the answer? 2 squared.
4 po.
Okay, so we have 4 and then negative times -2.
Positive po.
So, positive 2 plus 1. And then, simplify. 2 times 4,
8.
8 plus 2. 8 plus 2.
10 po.
10 plus 1,
11 po.
11. Okay, next. If we substitute -1, so f of -1 is equals to 2 times -1 squared minus -1 plus 1. And then simplify. Copy si 2 and then 1 squared or -1 squared. -1 times -1.
1 po.
Positive 1. Negative times -1.
Positive.
Positive 1 and then copy yung plus 1. Okay? And then 2 times 1,
2 po.
2 plus 1
3.
plus 1,
4 po.
4. Okay? And so on. So, pag na-complete na natin yung pag-evaluate ng function, ito na po ang magiging output. 11, 4, and then 0 and 1, 1 and 2, 2 and 7. So, if we're going to graph this, so So,
Yeah.
by the given graph, it is a function or not?
A function po.
A function.
Okay, very good. It is a function. Kasi pag mag-drawing tayo ng vertical line test in any part of the graph, isang beses lang tatama yung point. Maliwanag? So far, any question? Clarification?
Wala po.
And so,
Are you sure, ha? None so far. Okay. So again, so I already sent it to you all the topics na kasama sa ating exam. So 7 days naman siya bago 7 days naman yung nilagay ko doon na parang range kung kailan yung masasagutan. Okay? So since sinend ko siya kahapon, so 6 days bago mag-end yung range ng pagsasagot nyo doon sa ang activities. Okay? So, habang nagre-review, sagutan para magkaroon na rin kayo ng mga quizzes. Again, first attempt lang po ang recorded sa GenMath. Okay? So, kung wala ng question and clarification, so goodbye 11B. Thank you po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh.